Hey guys, it is me, Jacqueline, and for today's video I have a non-spoiler book review for Darken, and this is by Kiersten White. This book comes out a week from today, which is June 28th. It is a fantasy historical fiction book in which it is a retelling of Lad the Impaler. Instead of Lad being himself, it is actually a girl named Lada, and she is a brutal princess. This book is told in third person, and it's actually the first book in a new trilogy called the Conqueror's Saga. I really enjoyed this book. I actually got an ebook from NetGalley, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, so I'm so excited to talk about why I loved it and why I would highly recommend it. Now for me personally, this book was a little bit slow towards the beginning, but I actually understand why it was, just because it was a lot of character development and world building, which I very much appreciated. Just because this is such an intense book, I think it is so great that we had both of those elements in the first half of the book, and there wasn't really a lot of plot action, but like I said, we got to really understand the world and the characters, which was very much needed. Halfway through the book, things started picking up plot-wise, and I thought it was just such an amazing journey, and I loved that factor. Talking about the characters, I really love these characters. They were very rounded and developed characters, which is something I very much appreciated. The first character I have to mention is Lada. She is our main protagonist. I love Lada so much. She is my favorite character in this novel because she is so intense and so unique. She is this anti-heroine, and her character development and everything that goes on with her I adore. She just flies off the page and immediately grabs your attention. I love seeing her thoughts and actions and how everything is sort of planned out. Like I said, this book is told in third person, but we still get into the mindset of the character, and I think that's really interesting to see how everything develops because of that. Something I wanted to quickly mention was I also really enjoyed how we got to see Lada almost struggle with her femininity. Like I said, she is supposed to be Vlad, but the female version, and I think that whole entire journey and how we got to see her character develop with that was very interesting. I mean, the whole concept of Lada being a female Vlad, I love that idea, but I think the actual truth of it was the sort of struggle with her femininity, because she is a female, but she's so strong and intense, like I keep mentioning. And I think because she is a female in this sort of society that the book is set in, she is almost looked down upon and almost like she can't really be this strong character. But if you don't know Lada, Lada will not have any of that, and so she proves herself to be equally strong to any male figure, which I loved that. The other character I wanted to mention is actually the complete opposite of Lada, and that is Lada's brother, Radu. Radu is obviously Lada's brother, and like I said, they are complete opposites in the sense that Radu is a very weak character physically. He's actually picked upon a lot through the novel, and he's actually picked upon sometimes by Lada. Lada and Radu's relationship, their sibling relationship, was probably one of my favorite parts of the novel, just because not only did I really compare and contrast the two characters, but their interactions were really interesting. Lada and Radu have sort of this love-hate relationship going on. Lada is sort of, like I said, a very aggressive character, and so she sort of picks upon Radu's weakness in that factor. And seeing that sort of element and how it goes from aggressive one moment to protection in another moment was really interesting to see how their relationship developed and how the characters developed also outside of their relationship. Now, speaking of relationships, I want to talk quickly about the romance, because that is hella complicated as well. There isn't really a love triangle per se. It's more like this complex love dynamic. The next thing I wanted to mention was the writing. I thought the writing was spectacular. Like I said, it is in third person, but it was so vivid without being overdone, and I loved how everything flowed. Another thing I wanted to quickly mention is actually the plotting and pacing. I thought they were very well done as well. Like I said, the first 50% of this book is a lot of world building and character development, and the other half of the 50% of this book is a lot of plotting and pacing and action, which I really enjoyed that. And I think the first 50% is definitely worth it, because that is going to give such a good foundation for the rest of this trilogy. Overall, I would recommend this book if you're looking for historical fiction that features a badass main character. It has a lot of world building, a world dynamic, and character development, and it's a really well done book. I'm so excited for more in this trilogy. If you guys have personally read this book, let me know down below in the comments, and also let me know what you thought of my book review, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!